Ah, the sweet sound of a Steam achievement, or so you thought. Instead, your base is on fire. Hours of work, poof, gone in flames. Maybe it was lightning, or maybe you stepped on your campfire and panicked, running across your wooden floors and setting everything ablaze. Sound familiar? Don't worry, you're not alone. Every Icarus player's been there. Let's freeze this disaster, rewind to where it all started, and figure out how to keep your base from turning into a pile of ashes ever again. Hey there, prospectors, IG here, and welcome back to Infinity Gaming. Today, I've got you covered with the ultimate guide to base protection. From wildlife defense to fireproofing your fortress, we're diving into everything you need to keep your base safe and sound. So grab your tools and let's build a defense that even the fiercest predator or the worst storm can't break through. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Why protect your base? Welcome to Icarus, where the dangers are plenty and the stakes are high. Your base isn't just a house, it's your lifeline. So, why is base protection such a big deal? Well, let's break it down. First off, your base is your safe zone. It's where you rest after a long day of hunting and mining. Without a base, you're just wandering around, trying not to get mauled by a bear or roasted in a storm. And trust me, that's no way to live. Most crafting benches in Icarus need shelter to work properly. Want to level up your gear or build that sweet Tier 4 armor? You'll need a roof over your head. Without shelter, you're stuck at square one, unable to unlock the full potential of the tech tree. No shelter means no progress. Your base is also your loot hub. It's where you stash all those precious ores, rare drops, and tasty snacks. Losing your base doesn't just mean losing a structure. It's like losing your entire inventory in one go. Imagine grinding for hours only to have your loot gobbled up by a pack of wolves or burnt to a crisp. Yeah, no thanks. So, whether you're playing solo or with friends, think of your base as your personal fortress. Protect it, maintain it, and it'll keep you safe through Icarus's toughest challenges. Chapter 2. Base protection against wildlife. In Icarus, the wildlife isn't just background noise. They're your number one uninvited guests, from wolves to bears, and even the occasional rampaging moa. These creatures don't respect boundaries. So, how do you protect your base from becoming their playground? Let's get into it. Upgrade your building. First things first, your building materials matter. Wildlife can't destroy what they can't chew through, right? Thatch walls might as well have a neon sign that says, "Free entry, no password needed." Meanwhile, stone or concrete buildings are like a wildlife-proof vault. If you want more details about building materials, check out my build guide. Links in the description. Deployable defenses? Here's where it gets fun. Let's talk fortifications. Once you hit Tier 2, you unlock what I like to call the Not Today Bear Starter Pack. Wood fortifications. Think Great Wall of China, but for your base. Wood spikes. Because who doesn't love a pointy surprise for uninvited guests? Walkways. Perfect for your inner guard tower fantasy. Gates. Because you still need to get in and out, hopefully. Traps. Now, if you're feeling extra spicy, let's talk traps. Medium wood hedgehogs. These bad boys do about 50 damage. Scorpion traps. Quick note, these are only available after completing the Carapace research mission on Olympus. Scorpion hedgehogs. Like regular hedgehogs but with extra poison damage. Scorpion pincer traps. Think bear trap, but more pinchy. Landmines. These pack a whopping 500 pure damage. But let's be real, they're expensive and one-time use. Fun fact, I once tried using 100 of these on a lava hunter boss. That video's in the description if you want to see how that went. The bramble strategy. They're like nature's own spike traps. Slow enemies down, can be grown in bulk. Perfect for that stay off my lawn vibe. Automated defense. If you're feeling fancy and hit tier 4, automated turrets, 50-meter range. Perfect for that home alone defense strategy. Just don't forget the ammo. Creature deterrents. Creature deterrents are another great tool, especially if you don't want to fight off every random wolf that comes sniffing. These devices don't stop animals from wandering in, but they do stop them from spawning nearby. Think of them as wildlife zoning laws. Set it and forget it. Simple deterrent. Requires spoiled meat for fuel and has a small radius. Perfect for early game. Advanced deterrent. Tier 3, runs on biofuel and covers a medium radius. A great middle ground option. Powered deterrent. Tier 4, requires electricity, but it has the largest range. Ideal for a sprawling base in late game. Use your environment. Sometimes the best defense isn't walls or traps, it's the environment. Build your base in the middle of a lake, and most wildlife will struggle to reach you. Or go vertical. Building on a cliff or over a waterfall limits wildlife access entirely. Sure, it takes more effort to set up, but the peace of mind is worth it. Chapter 3. Base protection against weather. Storms in Icarus aren't just a background event. They're Mother Nature's way of reminding you who's boss. From gentle breezes to destructive acid rain, the weather can tear your base apart if you're not prepared. Let's break down how to keep your shelter standing strong. Know your weather tiers. In Icarus, storms range from Tier 0 to Tier 6, with each level cranking up the chaos. A Tier 0 drizzle? Meh, no biggie. But a Tier 6 lightning storm? That's a full-on apocalypse. Knowing what you're up against is step 1 in protecting your base. Most building materials, except dirt and concrete, are vulnerable to some kind of storm damage. Wooden and thatch structures are particularly prone to heavy damage or even outright destruction during high-tier storms. Want your base to survive the worst? Upgrade to concrete as soon as you can. It's like the tank of building materials. Sturdy, reliable, and weather-resistant. Counter lightning strikes. Lightning storms are every Icarus player's nightmare. One stray bolt and your wooden base can turn into a bonfire in seconds. But there's good news. Lightning rods are here to save the day. Basic lightning rod. This Tier 3 tool has a 50-meter effective radius and directs lightning away from your base. It's a must-have if you're in a biome prone to storms. Platinum lightning rod. Upgrade to this bad boy for an 80-meter radius. Plus, it doubles as a power generator for charging batteries if you've got an electricity network set up. With these in place, you can sleep easy, knowing your base is fireproof, at least from lightning. Weather might be unpredictable, but your base doesn't have to be a victim. With the right materials, tools, and a little storm-savvy planning, you can turn Mother Nature's fury into a mild inconvenience. Coming up next, we'll tackle one of the biggest threats in Icarus: fire. You won't want to miss it, so stick around. Chapter 4. Base protection against fire. Fire, the destroyer of dreams and wooden walls. If you've never accidentally stepped on your campfire and watched your entire base go up in flames, are you even playing Icarus right? Let's talk about keeping your base safe from the one threat that burns hotter than a Tier 6 storm. Choose non-flammable building materials. First things first, not all building materials are created equal. Thatch, wood, beeswax wood, and even interior wood pieces are basically kindling waiting for a spark. Want to avoid heartbreak? Go with non-flammable materials like stone, concrete, or aluminum. Sure, concrete might not win any beauty contests, but hey, it won't turn into a bonfire either. Even the best laid plans can go up in smoke. That's where firefighting tools come in handy. Fire Whacker. This Tier 1 tool is the OG of fire defense. Swing it at the flames to put them out, but be warned. It's not the most efficient and chews through stamina faster than a pack of wolves on a stranded prospector. Water bombs. Crafted in Tier 2. These handy little gadgets are great for extinguishing flames quickly. Toss one and it douses the fire while applying the wet buff to the area, reducing future fire risk for a minute. Fire extinguisher. Tier 3 brings us the big leagues. This refillable tool makes short work of fires and has a longer lifespan than the fire whacker. Just point, spray, and watch the flames disappear. Water sprinkler system. For the ultimate hands-off solution, install a sprinkler system. These Tier 3 lifesavers activate automatically when temperatures get too high, dousing flames and keeping your base safe. Just make sure your water network is up and running. No water, no sprinklers. Chapter 5, Tips and Tricks. Listen up, survivors. After countless hours in Icarus, I've learned some tricks that'll save your base and your sanity. Let's start with something basic but crucial. Campfires. Stop placing them on wooden floors. Seriously, your base isn't a barbecue pit waiting to happen. Always set campfires on dirt foundations outside your base and, if possible, cover them to protect from rain. Trust me, one misplaced step can turn your entire base into a massive bonfire. Here's a pro builder hack most players don't know. Use your compass to align walls perfectly. Those cardinal directions aren't just for navigation. They're your secret weapon for creating symmetrical, professional-looking bases. North, east, west, south. Align your walls precisely and watch your base transform from survival shack to fortress. Got the Prometheus map and dealing with dreadwings? I've got a trick that'll blow your mind. Create a circular wall of wooden fortifications with spikes facing inward, then place a dead animal in the center. When those dreadwings dive to feed, they'll impale themselves. It's like a vulture trap, and it keeps your base and tames safe. Speaking of defense, hedgehogs are more versatile than you think. Don't just use them as stationary defenses. Place them in charging animals' paths. It's like a nope button for wildlife. Stop them in their tracks, giving you time to either fight or run. The hard-to-reach talent lets you throw your fire whacker at distant burning pieces. It's a one-hit extinguish, though it's deep in the talent tree. Here's a wild tip for solo players. If your base catches fire, quickly exit to the character selection screen. When you restart, the flames will be gone, though your building pieces will take some damage. Just don't try this on multiplayer servers. It simply won't work. "100 spoiled meat will keep your deterrent running for 25 real-time hours, while 100 spoiled plants only last about 16 hours. How to make your turrets float. Place a vertical beam in the ground, then attach a horizontal beam on the vertical beam. Attach electrical wires on the horizontal beam. Then place your turret on the electrical node. Then destroy your beams. Your turret will now float in air and wildlife won't be able to damage it." Tier 1, lightning rods. Early game, when you have built your first wooden base but don't have access to stone building pieces yet, you can make a simple lightning rod out of wooden beams. Make sure to build it higher than your base, and the lightning will target the highest piece of building, saving your base from a fiery disaster. All right, survivors, we've just broken down everything you need to know about base defense in Icarus. From wildlife attacks to weather threats and those sneaky fires, you're now equipped with the knowledge to build a fortress that would make any survival veteran proud. But here's the thing. These tips are just the beginning. Every player has their own crazy stories, their own survival strategies. So I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your wildest base defense moment. A trick I might have missed. That time you accidentally burned down everything you've worked for. We've all been there. If this guide saved you even one base from destruction, smash that like button. Subscribe to Infinity Gaming for more in-depth survival game guides. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a survival tip. This is IG from Infinity Gaming, signing off. Stay sharp, stay alive, and I'll see you in the next survival challenge.